Okay, so let me continue. So, ito yung Appendix A ng University Physics by Yang and Friedman. Basahin nyo na lang yung definitions of SI units because I might include that in your quiz later on. Okay? So, ito na lang yung i-discuss ko. So, the SI units of length, mass, and time are meter, kilogram, and second respectively. So, other standards established by the committee are those for temperature or thermodynamic temperature na may unit na Kelvin, electric current with unit ampere, luminous intensity, may unit na candela, and the amount of substance with a unit mole. So, these are all base units. Tinawag siyang base units or fundamental units because there are no other quantity that can be used to express them. Unlike derived units that are defined in terms of the 7 base units. So, examples, we have here the quantity area. So, its SI unit is square meter. So, product siya ng dalawang SI unit of length. So, meter times meter. Another one is volume. So, its SI unit is cubic meter. Product siya ng tatlong SI unit of length, which is meter. Kasi, for example, di ba? You have a rectangular prism. So, in getting the volume, you have to multiply the length, the width, and the height. And these three are lengths. And the unit for length is meter. So, meter times meter times meter is meter cube or cubic meter. Next is frequency. So, when we say frequency, ang unit niya lang is the reciprocal of seconds. So, 1 over time. So, 1 over seconds, or that is also equivalent to hertz or Hz. Next is mass density. And alam naman natin that density is mass over volume, right? And the unit for mass is meter. The unit for volume is kilogram, sorry. And the unit for volume is meter cube. Therefore, ang unit ng mass density is kilogram per meter cube. How about speed or velocity? So in calculus, we had an introduction to this. So speed is the change in distance with respect to time. So its speed is distance over time. So ang unit ng distance or length is meter and time naman is second. So the unit for speed or velocity is meters per second. How about angular velocity? So angular velocity naman, it's the change in angle with respect to time. So the SI derived unit for angular velocity is rad per second or radian per second. For acceleration naman, sa calculus, ang definition niya, di ba? It's the change in the rate of change in speed with respect to time. And what is the unit for speed? It's meters per second. So, over pa natin siya ng unit ng time, which is second. Kaya, ang unit ng acceleration is meters per second squared. Same is true with the angular velocity, but instead of meters, radians lang siya. So, it's radians per second squared. How about force? So, force is mass times acceleration, di ba? And the unit for mass is kilogram. For acceleration, kadederive lang natin, that is meters per second squared. So, the unit therefore for force is kilogram meters per second squared, or that is also equivalent to the unit Newton. How about pressure? So, ang pressure, that is force per area. Okay? Huwag kakalimutan yan. Pressure is force per unit area. So, ang unit therefore is, ano bang unit ng force? It's Newton over unit ng area, meter squared. So, the unit for pressure is Newton per meter squared, or that is equal to Pascal. Okay? So, for kinematic viscosity, dynamic viscosity, you will encounter this sa higher years ninyo. So, dapat ngayon pa lang alam nyo na yung mga units nila. Okay? So, work. Work is, it is the energy transferred to or from an object via application of force along a displacement. Diba? Meaning to say, work is force times distance, or force times length. And what is unit for force? What is the unit for force? That is Newton. How about distance? So, meter. Distance or length, it's meter. So, Newton meter ang unit ng work, which is also called or also equivalent to joule. For power naman, ano bang definition ng power? Power is the amount of energy transferred per unit time. So, power is energy, or that is also work over time. Ang unit ng work is joule, time naman is second. So, the unit for power is joules per second, or that is also equal to watts. Okay? So, itong mga to, pag-aralan nyo na lang. Hindi naman yan masyadong ginagamit. Kung electrical engineering siguro, yan. Ginagamit yan. Well, yung farad, volts, coulomb, mga ganyan. Na-encounter pa rin naman natin yan sa higher years ninyo. But, kahit na hindi natin ma-encounter, at least, alam nyo, di ba? So, pag-aralan nyo na lang. So, for entropy, specific heat energy, specific heat capacity, thermal conductivity, mga yan. Itong mga to, pag-aralan nyo na lang din. Okay? Lalo na tong tatlong to. Kasi gamit na gamit yan in your higher years. Okay. So, next subtopic is unit prefixes. So, in addition to the basic SI units of meter, kilogram, and second, we also use other units such as millimeters and nanoseconds, for example, wherein the prefixes are milli and nano. So, these denote, or these are multipliers of the basic units based on various powers of 10. And these prefixes for the various powers of 10 and their abbreviations are listed in this table. So, if nanometer, the basic unit of length, which is meter, has a multiplier equal to 10 raised to negative 9. Pag millimeter naman, ibig sabihin, the basic unit of length based on this table has a multiplier, millimeter, right? multiplier equal to 10 raised to negative 3. So, paano ba ginagamit itong table na to sa unit conversion? So, ganito yon. Example, you want to convert 3,500,000 meters to kilometers. So, paano siya ginagawang, or paano siya i-convert? Susulat mo lang dito, 3,500,000 meters times yung meters nandito. So, ilalagay mo siya ngayon sa denominator. Then, yung desired na unit, dun sa taas mo siya ilalagay. Then, from the table, ilalagay mo ngayon dito sa tabi ng kilometers is 1. Then, ang ilalagay mo sa baba, saan ba yung kilo? Kilo is 10 raised to 3. Ito mo ngayon ilalagay yung 10 raised to 3. Then, using your calculator, the answer would be, the answer is 3,500 kilometers. So, ganun na. If meters yung andito, meters din yung ilalagay nyo dito. Then, yung desired unit nyo, yung nakalagay dito. Then, ang katabi ng kilometers, kung dito ka sa table magbe-base, is 1. Then, ang katabi ng meters is yung corresponding power niya, 10 raised to 3. Another example. Paano naman pag gusto mong i-convert ang 600 or 6,000 centimeters to meter? So, again, isusulat mo 6,000 centimeters times, centimeters yung andyan. Therefore, ang ilalagay mo sa baba is centimeters. Then, yung meter sa taas. Then, ilalagay mo dito 1. Then, yung katabi ng meter na unit is yung nandun sa table. So, centi. Ano bang centi? It's 10 raised to negative 2. And using your calculator, or gusto nyo i-mental, sige. This is equal to 60 meters. So, 6,000 centimeters is equal to 60 meters. Okay. Another example. Saan ba ako masusulat? Dito. Paano naman pag 10 nanometer to micrometer? Paano kang ganyan? So, kung hindi mo alam na there are 1,000 nanometer in 1 micrometer, then, pwede mong i-convert muna yung 10 nanometer to meters. Saka mo siya i-convert to micrometers. So, pag ganun, so, ganito yung gagawin mo. Sulat mo 10 nanometers times, ilalagay mo yung nanometer sa baba, meter sa taas. Tapos, lalagyan mo ng 1, yung tabi ng nanometer. Then, base sa table, nano is 10 raised to negative 9. Tapos, nasa taas ngayon yung meter. So, yung meter ngayon dito, lalagay mo sa baba. Then, yung desired na unit, micrometer sa taas. Kasi ganito kasi mangyayari. Makakancel yan, di ba? Yan, ito. So, matitira na lang na unit is micrometer. Kaya ganyan yung ginawa natin. Okay. So, going back, ilalagay ko ulit sa tabi ng micrometer ng 1. Then, titignan mo ngayon kung ano ang micro. So, it's 10 raised to negative 6. Then, isusulat mo siya sa tabi ng unit na meter. Then, using your calcu, ang makukuha mong sagot is 0.01 micrometer. Or kung ayaw mo naman na nakakakita ng negative exponents kasi gusto mo ng positivity sa buhay, then you can just have yung ganito, 10 nm nanometer times 10 raised to 9 nm in 1 meter times 10 raised to 6 micrometer in 1 meter. O, pwede mo siyang isulat ng ganyan. Anyway, diba? Pag may negative ka naman na exponent, equivalent mo lang, equal lang siya pag nilagay mo sa baba. Or pag may negative exponent ka naman sa denominator, that is just equal to a positive exponent dun sa numerator. So, ganyan. So, parehas lang yung makukuha mo dito, which is 0.01 micrometer. So, ganun na. So, kung hindi ka pa marunong sa ganito, you practice. So, you memorize the table. By the way, the figure here, natakpan na siya ng mga sulat-sulat, shows how the prefixes are used to describe both large and small distances. So, for the human dimensions, we can express it in meters. For the distance from the sun, we can express it as meter having a multiplier equal to 10 raised to 11. Otherwise, masyadong mahaba yung isusulat mong digits if in meters ang gagamitin mo. Same is true sa radius ng atom. If meters ang unit na gagamitin mo, isusulat mo yung radius ng isang atom as 0.00000 tapos naduling ka. Eh di namali ka na. So, ganon. Okay. So, in addition to SI, another system of units is the British system. So, the unit of time in British system is just the same with SI, which is seconds. But for other units, iba na. Like the units of length, sa British system, we use inches. Okay, and these are some British units that are now officially defined in terms of SI units. So, we have for length, 1 inch is equivalent to 2.54 centimeters. And for force, 1 pound is equal to 4.44822161560 newtons. So, hindi to yung pounds na related sa massa. This is force. So, this is 1 pound force. Ganyan. So, 1 pound force is not equal to 1 pound mass. Magkaiba yun. Okay, so now let's have the subtopic, unit consistency and conversion. It says here that an equation must always be dimensionally consistent. What do we mean by that? So, for example, you are to add two measurements for length. Let's say 3 centimeters and 1 inch. So, the question is, can you add them up immediately? So, the answer is no, because the units are different. So, what you're going to do now is to first convert the measurements into the same units. And here are some unit conversions that you must know by heart. Okay, so you review and master this because sa ayaw at sa gusto nyo, in engineering, gamit na gamit itong mga to. Okay? So, example. Ito, gusto nating pag-add. Hindi, ang gawin mo muna, either i-convert mo yung centimeters to inch or pwede namang yung inch yung i-convert mo sa centimeter. Para lang maging parehas yung unit nila. So, 3 centimeters times, titignan mo ngayon yung conversion sa table. Kunwari yan yung alam mo na conversion. Di cm sa baba, tapos inch sa taas. So, 1 cm, kukupiin mo lang ngayon yung factors dito, unit conversion factors. Then, lalagay mo sa taas, 0.3937. So, since naka-inch na yan, pwede mo na siyang i-add sa 1 inch. So, i-calculate nyo na lang. Or, pwede namang yung inch yung i-convert nyo sa centimeters. Oh, by the way, ito, kunwari, ang alam mong conversion is in 1 inch, we have 2.54 centimeters. Then, pwede lang 3 cm times, still cm sa baba, inch sa taas. Pero ang susulat mo ngayon sa tabi ng inch ay 1, then sa tabi naman ng cm ay 2.54. So, ganyan. Plus mo na yan ngayon ng 1 inch. So, parehas lang yung makukuha nyong sagot dyan. So, yun na nga. Yung isang way naman is, pwedeng yung inch, yung i-convert mo into centimeters. So, you will have 3 cm plus 1 inch times, gamitin natin itong conversion na yan. Pero, inch ito, nasa taas. Kaya, yung nasa baba naman ngayon na susulat mo is inch. Then, sa taas, cm. Para makancel yung units. Then, you copy the unit conversion factor. Ang ilalagay mo sa tabi ng inch ay 1. Ang ilalagay mo naman sa tabi ng cm ay 2.54. Then, you may now input that in your calculator. Okay? So, we're done with standards and units. Let us now discuss measurement and uncertainty, and also significant figures. So, in physics, accurate and precise measurements are important. But actually, no measurement is absolutely precise. So, there is an uncertainty associated with every measurement. And among the most important sources of uncertainty are the limited accuracy of every measuring instrument and the inability to read an instrument beyond some fraction of the smallest division shown. When we say uncertainty, it is referred to as an error. And there are two important factors to consider while taking measurements. These are precision and accuracy. So, precision refers to the repeatability of the measurement using a given instrument, while accuracy refers to how close a measurement to its true value. And these figures here, these are darts thrown at a dartboard. So, it will help us visualize the difference between the two. So, seatwork yung dapat ito, but because hindi tayo face-to-face, sagutan na lang natin all together. Okay. So, in here, the bullseye represents the true value. Or the true location. While the location of the darts, yung mga X, represents the measurements. Okay. So, in the first figure, it shows precision because the darts are grouped together, right? And they are close to each other. And at the same time, it shows accuracy because the darts have hit the bullseye. So, it's precise and accurate. The second figure naman, so it's precise again because the darts are close to one another, but it is not accurate because the darts are far from the bullseye. How about the third figure? Ano sa tingin nyo? So, the darts have landed far from each other. So, it doesn't show repeatability, therefore, it doesn't show precision. So, it's not precise. However, the darts are generally centered around the bullseye. Therefore, we can say that it's fairly accurate. Okay, so it's accurate but not precise. And finally, in the last figure, the darts have landed far from each other and far from the bullseye. So, magkakalayo na nga sila, malayo pa sila sa bullseye. Therefore, we can say that this figure demonstrates neither accuracy nor precision. So, it is not accurate and it's not precise. So, ganun lang. Okay. So, when giving the result of a measurement, it is important to state the estimated uncertainty in the measurement. For example, we have here the width of a board is 8.8 plus or minus 0.1 centimeters. So the plus or minus 0.1 centimeters here represents the estimated uncertainty in the measurement. Meaning to say, the actual width of the board is most likely between 8.7 centimeters and 8.9 centimeters. So, yun yung ibig sabihin ng plus minus 0.1 cm dito. And we can actually compute for the percent uncertainty of the value by simply getting the ratio of the uncertainty of the measured value with respect to the measured value multiplied by 100. So in the given example, the uncertainty is 0.1 while the measured value is 8.8. Therefore, the percent uncertainty is 0.1 over 8.8 times 100%. So this is roughly equal to 1%. So, did you get it? I hope yes. Okay, so, often, the uncertainty in a measured value is not specified explicitly. In such cases, the uncertainty is generally assumed to be one or few units in the last digits specified. So, take note of this. So, we have here an example. Let me just read it. If a length is given as 8.8 centimeters, the uncertainty is assumed to be about 0.1 cm or 0.2 cm. It is important in this case that you do not write 8.80 cm, for this implies an uncertainty on the order of 0.01 centimeters. So it assumes that the length is probably between 8.79 centimeters and 8.81 centimeters, when actually you believe it is between 8.7 and 8.9 centimeters. So, itagalog ko para mas maintindihan nyo, okay? So, pag ang sinulat mo daw is 8.8 cm, so pag sinulat mo daw as 8.8 cm ang isang measurement, ibig sabihin nito, ang uncertainty mo dito ay about 0.1 centimeters or 0.2 centimeters. Meaning to say, nasa 8.7 or 8.9 cm yung measurement mo. Pero kapag ang pagkakasulat mo daw ay 8.80 cm, ibig sabihin na nito, ang uncertainty ay 0.01 cm. Kaya pag gusto mo daw, and ang gusto mo daw sabihin kapag pagka ganito yung pagkakasulat mo, is that the measurement is between 8.79 and 8.81 centimeters. So, if ang gusto mong i-imply na measurement ay between 8.9 or 8.7 or 8.9 centimeters, 8.8 cm yung isusulat mo, not 8.80 centimeters. Okay? So, I hope naintindihan. So, for your assignment, kindly answer this and you pass it to me sa next face-to-face meeting natin. So, write your answer on a 1/2 sheet of short bond paper. Dapat i-justify nyo yung sagot nyo. If your answer is yes, why? If your answer is no, why? Okay? I-stop ko muna yung video.